Hi, everybody. I'm Gerry House. I'm here with Allison DeMarcus and her lovely husband, Jay.
Thank you, Jerry. I'm glad somebody finally got it right.
It's usually the other way, isn't it?
Right.
It's Jay and what's-her-face over there.
But, Blondie.
I'll take that.
You know what we could do is I didn't really prepare much, but I did have a bunch of questions where you could answer as each other. Would you mind doing that?
No, that'd be great.
We're in.
Okay, so Jay, which do you think is more important, picking out knickknacks or golfing? But you have to answer as her.
Oh, picking out knickknacks.
Oh, really?
For sure, yeah.
And you're handy around the house?
No.
No, you're really. Yeah. But, I mean, do you enjoy, you don't enjoy housework at all, Jay?
I enjoy having someone else do the housework. I'll supervise.
When was the last time you actually went knick-knacking?
It would probably have been around the holidays, while we were out shopping a little bit, my husband and I.
And Jay?
Yes. I can't wait to chime in now.
No, but I mean, Jay, would you rather be golfing or would you rather be hanging around the house and changing a diaper or two?
I've never changed any diapers.
Never changed a diaper in your life?
No, I actually just asked my wife the other day. Our oldest daughter's 3, and I asked her where the diapers were. So if that tells you anything.
Can we start this over?
No.
And so I don't change diapers, but I do pay for her to have some help, and I only spend my time golfing when I'm not here in the studio or on the road.
It's Gerry House's fault that I'm golfing all the time.
But you do enjoy it when Allison here will make little sandwiches for you when you go out and play golf.
She's never made a sandwich for me, but I do enjoy her saying goodbye to me as I leave.
Is she a good cook?
No, she's not, but I cook.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I have a
why aren't you a
crock-pot.
good cook, Allison?
Because he takes care of most of it, and he's very, very good.
I make a great lasagna, and I have a slow cooker, so I put stuff in the slow cooker all the time.
Slow as in it takes a long time to cook, or slow as in you don't really know what you're doing? Like you're just...
All of the above.
Okay. So you're saying that... I forgot who I'm talking to.
So I'm saying that I am slow, but I can slow cook.
That's very hurtful.
Let's talk to you as you really are.
Okay.
Are we switching back now?
Jay, you're Jay now.
Got it.
Well, you have a new album in the works. I know that. You told me that the other day. It's called Rewind. Don't you have a single coming out called Rewind?
Rewind, yeah. Yes, we do. We do. It's a long I, and it's rewind.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. It's coming out in January here, and it's the first one I've been able to produce with the guys. So we're very excited to have that on the radio.
Is there a vote when you get to do that? Do you know if there's a vote? Allison, does he come home and say, I'm taking over? Do you guys plot and plan and say, you get in there and...
No, he doesn't want to hear what I have to say about all that. So there's no need for me to Yoko Ono this situation since it pays our bills. But no, Jay's worked really hard, and he's produced so many other people that this is a really big deal for him to be able to produce something on his own band. There was clearly an extensive application process since it only took 13 years.
Really? You had to have meetings with the guys and tell them what you're going to do?
It wasn't that big of a deal. I sat down with them and I said, look, I love this band more than anything, and I would love the opportunity at some point to be
He actually inserted, other than my lovely wife, Allison.
Yeah, I did. I forgot to put that
I
in
love
there.
this band more than anything other than my lovely wife, Allison.
That's right. And so, anyway, I just asked them, I said, look, all 3 of us know each other better than anybody else does. We can go in with the 3 of us, and I feel like really create some magic together. So I said, with your permission, I'd like to go out and meet with the publishers and try to find a handful of songs, and I'd love to go in and try to produce a few things. Now, with that being said, all of us were working on it very diligently, and we did it here at my studio, but it was fun for me to sort of have the reins for a little bit and do it ourselves. It was a neat thing, really great for me.
How many times did he practice that speech to you before he went in with the guys?
Probably 71, but it got slurred around 47 because he had so much vodka that everything took a downturn toward the end. So I wasn't sure what he was saying eventually.
Has Rascal Flatts, have you considered just releasing one of your old albums and calling it something different?
I thought about taking some of the B-sides and just mixing them up and then just putting it out there.
And saying,
Here's the new album. You guys are going to love it.
Do you think people would notice?
No. No, I don't.
Well, we should talk about the other guys in the band. Now, Gerry LeVox is out probably right now choking a duck, I would imagine. Isn't that what he does in his off time?
Or a deer.
He does. And I got to tell you, he's actually the smartest one in the band because he has claimed now for 10 years that he has no service at the farm when he's there.
Oh.
So no one can reach him when we're off the
servants?
road. No servants
Oh, no
or
servants
or service. So yeah, he goes and hibernates while he's off the road.
Well, he has no plumbing either at his house, does he? Does he have indoor plumbing?
I don't think he's gotten it yet. No.
If he can make any money, then we'll hope for the best that he can install some plumbing.
And I know Joe Don is right now somewhere reading a book on quantum physics. And I tried to get through that one.
Or swinging a golf club, either one.
Yeah, Joe Don is more likely playing golf or practicing guitar.
Well, it's as we tape this, it is 8 degrees outside. It's very cold. On the way over, I saw Luke Bryan's hands and Zach Brown's beard. It's very cold. That's how cold it is.
Are they friends now all of a sudden?
No, I don't think so. Do you have anybody you would like to wage a jihad against in the country music industry?
Jerry, I'm a lover. I think you know that
Is
about
that true?
me.
No, he's not.
What? There's really two.
He's the anti-lover.
I get along with everybody. Are there people's music that I don't like? Well, sure there are.
You're the Switzerland of country
Yeah,
music.
I really am. I'm right in the middle. Friends with everyone.
By the way, speaking of Gerry, on a scale of 4 to 6, where would you rate Gary's voice?
I would have to go with a 10
No, on a scale of 4
or
to
6.
6.
It'd have to be 6.
You give Gerry 6, okay. And on a scale...
Now, are you gonna take that out of context?
No. Would I do that?
Yeah.
On a scale of 111 to 113, Joe Don's guitar playing.
113.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll edit really good.
I got to tell you, I don't feel, and I got to say this for the record. I felt like for a long time that Joe Don doesn't get the credit he deserves as a guitar player because he's in a band. But I would very much put him up against the best that we have. I really would.
Well, you could just put his picture on the cover of the album alone and say he hasn't received the credit that he deserved up to this
That
point.
would actually be okay with Jay because there's nothing he hates worse than a photo shoot.
That's true.
So he wouldn't
wouldn't
mind
be.
if Joe Don was the cover boy.
But you don't mind doing interviews at your own house. We're at Jay
Only
and
for
Allison.
you.
I mean, you're a dear friend. Of course I'm going to do it for you. And I miss doing this with you because you're gone now, and I'm very, very sad about that.
Well,
Mornings are depressing now.
not for me.
Yeah, they're great for you, but bad for every
Well,
other
I appreciate
Nashvilleian.
that a whole bunch.
Because, see, Jay was always asleep while you were actually working for the most part, since musicians are always up all night, sleep in the morning, and I was actually up listening to you. So I was a far bigger fan, even though Jay loves you personally, than he ever was.
You've never actually, except when you were on the show, you've never actually heard it, have you?
Friends told me that you were on there and that you were really funny. And the few times we were on there as a band, it seemed to me that you were really good at what you did. And I just would assume...
On a scale of 4 to 6.
I'd give you at least a 5.
Okay, thank you
Yeah.
very much. But I was thinking, this is a lovely studio in your
Thank you.
house,
Yeah.
and isn't that really like a gynecologist having an exam table at their house? I mean, why would you have
Same thing.
It is exactly the same thing.
I've got one of those upstairs as well. Yeah. Allie jumps in it from time to time. Yeah. Come in here a minute.
God,
Give me check that oil.
I need to get back upstairs. That is horrible.
I think on that note, it's time to mention this. This book is called Country Music Broke My Brain.
And clearly it has for Jay.
Yes, and he's in there a lot. There's about 250 pages, 100 of them are about Demarcus.
Thank you.
Actually, you are in there. Can you tell, why would you think you'd be in here? What story do you think I told about you guys?
I would have to guess it was when you played I'm Moving On for the first time on your morning show.
Jerry doesn't remember that he
I
did
don't
that.
remember that.
You don't?
No.
Will you change Joe on Gary's life?
Let's see. Well, it
Yes,
probably
of
would.
course I remember that. It was,
Yeah.
and talk about getting credit. I think disc jockeys and radio personalities get too much credit for playing something like you go, and that's
Yeah.
it, But it was a great moment because I was friends with you guys, and they said, "Hey, give it a spin." And
Yeah, and Trey was a really big fan of that song. I remember our former
Manager,
manager, and he was a big proponent of that, and we were too. But we just felt like we would probably never get to it. So I have to say, honestly, for the record, it was a huge moment in our career, and I never will forget you. Back in the good old days when you could actually play what you wanted to, and took a chance on that song, and the response from the listeners was just incredible. And didn't you have to play it several times that morning?
when you play a song, and every phone, we had 40 phone lines, and they all lit up
Yeah.
immediately. What is that?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure they knew it was you guys, to be honest.
I don't think they did.
And then I played it again, and every phone lit up. And then your manager took the record people around town, and it was sold out.
Yeah.
And they said,
Maybe
Maybe we'll put the song
we might
out.
want to think about putting this out.
I know.
That's all it took.
I'll forever be grateful.
Wow. I get 2 strokes from now on, just for that when we're playing golf.
No.
On a scale of 4 to 6.
What do you call that scale there you're measuring by?
Do you have any questions for me so far? Are you happy with everything that you...
I'm thrilled. I want to know what we're in the book about now. I'm very curious.
Actually, the I'm Moving On story.
Is it?
Yeah. And just funny.
Any personal notes about myself, though, since we play golf a lot and hang out? And
Yes.
Okay.
What I do mention his golf swing.
Sorry.
wow.
This couldn't fare well for us,
Well,
babe.
I think
I
we'll
never
go
will
out on
forget.
that.
One of the mornings I did happen to be up listening to Jerry. He says, I played golf with Demarcus yesterday, and I just have to say it's really good thing he can play bass and write songs, because that was the time that I popped the ball up and actually caught my own drive a few feet in front of me.
Yes. Well, it is a contact sport when you're playing.
You gotta get your shoulder pads on and get
Yes,
ready to
you
go.
do. And the helmet, the whole thing.
I just always loved that Jerry would always say that you guys were 26th and 27th on the Nashville Most Beautiful People's 25 Most Beautiful list.
Yeah, you made it like 10 years in a row there, didn't you? Haven't you been on every most beautiful list that ever comes out in this town?
No, only because like some photographer knew me, but he would always say that you guys were 26 and 27.
26 and 27.
I love that.
And on a scale of 27, that's pretty darn good.
It is. There are a lot of beautiful people
It
here.
has been a pleasure talking to Allison DeMarcus and her lovely husband, Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now we'll go upstairs and have vodka.
Yes, we will.
Let's go.
Okay.